Now, this person may be tasked with demand gen responsibility, although, and we can get into this, attribution is really hard in terms of how do you attribute. And you're nodding for those who can't see, but it's the same challenge of a chief evangelist as it is for thought leadership, right? But they will be creating pieces, sometimes on an editorial calendar, sometimes ad hoc, depending on what's going on in the world. They may be commissioning third-party research. They may be doing interviews with target audience members to make sure they understand what the audience is talking about. And then they're probably also working with internal creative team, the social media marketing team, to make sure that just because you have a good idea and you say it once in one format doesn't mean the world is tuned in and listening. And so you have to figure out, what modalities do I need to use? How do I get this idea out? And I would say those mid-market firms, which are a little bit further on the development cycle, have actually put in a structure in place and that says, okay, when we decide we want to take this idea out into a campaign, they know what that means. Others, I would say, since I said most organizations have only started making the function since 2016, and those were outside of consulting the early adopters, I would say in many cases, the head of thought leadership has less than 2 years in their current role in the organization. Now, they may have moved laterally from strategy or marketing or different places, or they may have been hired in, but in some ways, they're still trying to figure out, what am I doing? How do we define thought leadership here? Does everybody who needs to know what I'm doing understand that? And how do I recruit allies, support network, et cetera, so that I can create impact internally and externally?